Do you ever feel like you can't ever say the right thing in a relationship, and that your loved one always ends up taking it the wrong way and not actually taking the meaning from it that you want them to? Today we're going to look at RSD, and we're going to look at it from the side of the loved ones of the people who experience RSD. Before we get into it, RSD stands for rejection sensitive dysphoria. It's very common in ADHD, but not just in ADHD as well. It can be a standalone diagnosis. And one thing is really important to understand in this, that although we're looking at this just from the one side today, RSD can cause a lot of pain on both sides, and that it's really, really vital to know that in this there's no blame on either side. If it ever feels like the person with RSD is doing this on purpose, or it's some sort of choice, then I can disavow you of that illusion right now, because it isn't, and it will be causing them a lot of pain as well. So here we're just going to be talking about how can we help foster healthy, thriving relationships and work not against each other but against RSD. Now, this RSD will show up in basically any aspect of life. It can stop people accepting jobs or going for specific jobs. It can stop people being in regular contact because they are just anticipating this rejection. It can just sort of scatter through relationships with these tiny breaks where they think you meant something that you didn't, and then you have to keep coming back from these little ruptures. And over a longer period of time, that can understandably sort of wear, particularly if neither of you or just one of you understands what's going on here. Now, a lot of times I see that the person who experiences RSD knows what's going on, but it's really hard to communicate this to the person who doesn't understand RSD or doesn't know that it's RSD. And a lot of the time, coming out and saying that this is RSD is quite a leap. Because then, if that gets rejected and they don't understand what you are going through, and they don't take what you're saying as a truth, then that's just going to be more pain. So if anyone in your life does experience RSD and they tell you that, it's really important to take that to heart and ask them how you can help them. But today we're looking from the other side, primarily. So on the other side, what does this look like? This looks like pain and distance between you and your loved one who experiences RSD. You want to see them more. If this is a family member, someone you don't live with, you'd love to see them more, but they're just not in contact as much as you'd like them to be. And this can feel painful for you as well. Whilst your partner is getting that pain of the RSD, you can also be getting this pain of, why am I being rejected, and why am I being reacted to negatively for something that I said that was meant in, out of love or support or warmth? Over time, this can really start to feel like you're living under censorship. You start noticing these things. I can't mention that, I can't mention that, I can't mention that, because it elicits this RSD response. And it's important to understand that this isn't control or manipulation on your partner's part. They're not trying to control you. They're just trying to avoid this severe pain that comes with RSD. So how do we support these people in our lives who we love? First things first is to understand that this is not personal. It's never personal. And if you can internalize that somehow, as hard as it might be, then that is a really great foundation to start being curious about what's going on for them rather than critical. The next tip is to separate your loved one from the RSD. Again, this is not a decision they're making. They're not deciding to be like this. And if you two can work together against the RSD, then that's another really great way to go about this. And it removes this blaming side of the dialogue. It's also helpful to set your expectations correctly. The RSD is not going to go away. This is just something that's with us for life. The more realistic goal, one that you should focus on, is building trust, building comfort, building security in that relationship with your loved one, and that's going to hopefully bring those RSD reactions down into a more manageable window of tolerance. And finally, you are allowed to have your own emotions and own your own emotions. You can bring these out with your loved one, whoever they are. This doesn't mean you have to put all of your feelings about their reactions to you in a little box because they have some diagnosis or label. No, we want to get this to be a level playing field here. So you're allowed to have your feelings, but addressing them in a non-confrontational, non-aggressive way, starting from what you feel, so I statements rather than you. We're not trying to throw accusations, we're just trying to share how one person feels with the other person and vice versa. So just remember that in this equation, no one is wrong. You're just two people trying to find a good balance.